If you are over 60 and you are dealing with the burning, the stabbing, the numbness, the pins and needles that come with neuropathy, this video was made specifically for you. What if I told you that sitting in your kitchen right now, in your pantry, in your spice cabinet, maybe even in your refrigerator, there are natural remedies that have been quietly proven to calm nerve pain, reduce that horrible tingling, and help your damaged nerves begin to heal? And what if I told you that a multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry has absolutely zero financial interest in you ever finding that out? I know that sounds dramatic, but stay with me for just 2 more minutes because what I'm about to share with you is not conspiracy theory. It is documented, it is researched, and it is sitting in your kitchen right now waiting for you. If you are over 60 and you are dealing with the burning, the stabbing, the numbness, the pins and needles that come with neuropathy, this video was made specifically for you. Don't go anywhere. Let me paint a picture that might feel very familiar. It's 2 in the morning, the house is quiet, everyone is asleep, but you are lying there staring at the ceiling because your feet feel like they are on fire. Or maybe they feel like they're completely dead, like they don't even belong to your body. And you've been to the doctor, maybe you've been to 2 or 3 doctors, and they handed you a prescription, gabapentin maybe, or pregabalin, and said, this should help with the nerve pain. And maybe it helped a little, but the side effects hit you hard. The dizziness, the brain fog, the weight gain, feeling like you're walking through mud all day just to get a little relief at night. And you thought, there has to be something better than this. There has to be something more natural, something that doesn't make me feel like a different person. You were right, there is. And it's been in your kitchen the whole time. Now, before we dive in, I want to be very clear about something. I am not telling you to throw away your prescriptions. I am not telling you to ignore your doctor. What I am telling you is that there is a growing body of research, peer-reviewed, published, legitimate science showing that certain natural compounds found in everyday kitchen ingredients have meaningful, measurable effects on nerve pain and nerve health. The pharmaceutical industry spends billions of dollars developing synthetic drugs. They cannot patent a spice. They cannot profit from something you already have in your pantry. And that, right there, is exactly why these remedies rarely come up in a 15-minute doctor's appointment. So today, we are going to talk about 5 specific kitchen remedies, things you can start using as early as tonight that have real science behind them for neuropathy relief. Let's go. The first kitchen remedy is one you have almost certainly heard of, but probably not in this context. It is turmeric, that bright golden yellow spice that's been sitting in your spice cabinet, maybe barely touched, the one that stains everything it touches. Here is why neuropathy sufferers need to pay attention to turmeric. The active compound inside turmeric is called curcumin, and curcumin is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory compounds that researchers have ever studied. Now, why does that matter for your nerves specifically? Here's the thing about nerve damage. Inflammation is both a symptom and a cause. When your nerves are damaged, your body sends an inflammatory response to try to heal them. But in chronic neuropathy, that inflammatory response becomes the problem itself. It's like a fire alarm that won't shut off even after the fire's out. Curcumin has been shown in multiple studies to interrupt that inflammatory cycle at the cellular level, calming down the immune signals that are keeping your nerve tissue in a constant state of irritation. A study published in the journal Anesthesiology and Pain Medicine found that curcumin significantly reduced neuropathic pain in research subjects. Other research has shown it protects nerve fibers from further oxidative damage, the same kind of cellular damage we talked about being one of the root drivers of neuropathy. Now here's the catch that most people don't know. Plain turmeric powder from your spice rack has poor absorption. Your digestive system breaks it down before it can do much good. The solution is simple. Always take turmeric or curcumin with black pepper. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine that increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That is not a typo. 2,000%. So, if you're making a turmeric tea, a golden milk, or adding it to your food, always add a pinch of black pepper alongside it. Alternatively, look for curcumin supplements that already contain piperine. They'll say with bioperine on the label. 1 warm cup of turmeric golden milk before bed, turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, a little honey if you like, warmed in milk or a non-dairy milk, is one of the most soothing things a neuropathy sufferer can do for themselves every single evening. Start tonight. The second kitchen remedy is ginger. Fresh ginger root, ground ginger, ginger tea, in whatever form you prefer. And this one has a long history not just in folk medicine, but in actual pharmacological research. Ginger contains active compounds called gingerols and shogols. And before those names scare you off, just know this. They work in a remarkably similar way to certain classes of pain medication, but without the side effects. These compounds block specific pain receptors in the nervous system called TRVP1 receptors. These are the same receptors that pharmaceutical companies target with some of their most expensive neuropathy drugs. Ginger hits those same receptors naturally. But that's not all ginger does. Ginger is also a powerful circulation booster. It dilates blood vessels and improves blood flow to the extremities, your hands, your feet, your toes, your fingers. And remember, blood flow is absolutely critical for nerve health. Your nerves need oxygen and nutrients delivered through the blood. When circulation is poor, which becomes more common as we age, nerve healing slows down dramatically. Ginger counteracts that. For seniors specifically, this circulation benefit is enormous. A lot of neuropathy over 60 is made worse by reduced circulation that simply comes with age. Ginger directly addresses that. How to use it? Fresh ginger tea is ideal. Slice a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root, steep it in hot water for 10 minutes, add a little lemon and honey, and drink it in the morning. Add fresh grated ginger to your cooking, stir-fries, soups, oatmeal, ground ginger in smoothies. This is one of the easiest, cheapest, most accessible things you can do starting today. Now, I want to pause here for 1 second. If what we've talked about so far is making sense to you, if you're thinking, why did nobody tell me about this? I want you to do one thing right now. Just one thing. Write down the name of the next remedy I'm about to share, because this is the one that surprises people the most. It's probably something you walk right past in the grocery store every week without knowing what it can do for your nerves. Ready? Keep listening. The third kitchen remedy sounds completely counterintuitive when you first hear it, and that's exactly why most people miss it. Cayenne pepper, the hot stuff, the spicy stuff, the thing you'd think would make burning nerve pain worse, actually helps. Here's the science behind why. Cayenne pepper contains a compound called capsaicin, and capsaicin has one of the most fascinating and well-documented mechanisms for pain relief in all of natural medicine. When capsaicin is applied to the skin, it initially stimulates those same pain receptors we talked about, which is why you feel a brief warming sensation. But then something remarkable happens. With repeated application, those pain receptors become desensitized, depleted. They essentially run out of the chemical they need to transmit pain signals to your brain. The result is meaningful, lasting pain reduction. This isn't folk wisdom. Capsaicin cream for peripheral neuropathy is actually FDA recognized and has multiple clinical trials behind it. There are pharmaceutical versions of it that cost a fortune, but you can get the same active compound in capsaicin cream at your local pharmacy for just a few dollars. Or you can make a simple version at home by mixing a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper into a small amount of coconut oil or regular lotion and applying it to the affected area. Important note, do not apply it to broken skin and always wash your hands thoroughly after applying it. Keep it away from your eyes. Start with a very small amount to test your skin's reaction. But for many seniors with neuropathy in the feet and legs, capsaicin cream applied before bed has been genuinely life-changing in terms of getting through the night with less pain. And internally, adding a small amount of cayenne to your food improves circulation, reduces inflammation, and brings all of those same benefits to your nerves from the inside out. The fourth kitchen remedy is cinnamon, and this one is especially powerful for anyone whose neuropathy is connected to blood sugar issues, whether you are diabetic, pre-diabetic, or simply someone whose blood sugar tends to run on the higher side.
Here is why cinnamon matters for neuropathy. One of the primary mechanisms of nerve damage, particularly diabetic neuropathy, is elevated blood sugar damaging the tiny blood vessels that feed your nerves. If you can stabilize blood sugar, you slow the damage. Cinnamon has been shown in multiple studies to improve insulin sensitivity and lower fasting blood sugar levels. It essentially helps your cells respond better to insulin so less sugar stays floating around in your bloodstream causing damage. A study in the journal Diabetes Care found that as little as 1 gram of cinnamon per day, that's less than half a teaspoon, produced meaningful improvements in blood sugar, cholesterol, and triglycerides in people with type 2 diabetes. Less sugar in the blood means less damage to the nerves. It's that direct. But cinnamon also has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties on its own. It's not just about blood sugar. It protects nerve tissue from oxidative damage through multiple pathways simultaneously. Half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, not cassia cinnamon, which is the common cheap variety, Ceylon cinnamon in your morning oatmeal, your coffee, your smoothie, or your yogurt every single day. That's it. That's the dose. Ceylon cinnamon is important because it contains lower levels of a compound called coumarin that can be hard on the liver in large amounts. Look for Ceylon on the label. It's sometimes called true cinnamon. The fifth remedy brings together everything we've talked about, and it involves a compound your body actually makes on its own, but that you can significantly boost through specific kitchen foods. Alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA, is one of the most researched natural compounds for neuropathy in the world. We have talked about it before on this channel. Clinical trials showing 50% of diabetic neuropathy patients feeling dramatically better after just 40 days, pain scores dropping, sleep improving, quality of life going up significantly. Your body makes small amounts of ALA naturally, and you can get additional amounts through food. Spinach, broccoli, tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, and organ meats like liver are the best sources. Now, the therapeutic doses used in research are higher than what food alone can provide. That's where supplementation becomes important. But consistently eating these ALA-rich vegetables also delivers a cascade of other nerve protective nutrients: folate, vitamin K, magnesium, vitamin C, all of which support healthy nerve function. Here's the power move, the ultimate neuropathy-fighting kitchen combination. Turmeric with black pepper in your cooking, ginger tea in the morning, capsaicin cream before bed, cinnamon in your breakfast, and a diet rich in dark leafy greens for ALA and B vitamins. None of these things alone is a miracle, but together, consistently over 6 to 8 weeks, the compounding effect is where real change happens. Now, let me come back to something I said at the beginning, because I want to be balanced and fair here. Pharmaceutical drugs for neuropathy have their place. For some people, in severe cases, medication is genuinely necessary and helpful. I am not saying avoid medicine. I am saying be informed. The issue is this. Gabapentin and pregabalin, the two most commonly prescribed drugs for neuropathy, come with a significant side effect profile. Dizziness, confusion, memory problems, weight gain, dependency risk. For seniors over 60, dizziness alone is dangerous. It increases fall risk. And these drugs, for many people, don't even fully eliminate the pain. They just dull it. The kitchen remedies we talked about today have side effect profiles that look like this. You might smell like ginger. Your food might taste better. You might sleep more soundly. That is a very different risk-benefit equation, and that is why more and more, and quietly more and more integrative physicians are turning to these natural approaches, either alongside or instead of pharmaceutical options. You deserve to know all your options, not just the profitable ones. All right, we have covered 5 real, researched, accessible kitchen remedies for neuropathy today. Turmeric with black pepper, ginger, cayenne and capsaicin, cinnamon, and ALA-rich foods. Every single one of these is available to you right now, tonight. So here's your action plan, and I want you to actually do this, not just think about it. Tonight, make 1 cup of turmeric golden milk before bed. 1 cup. Turmeric, black pepper, a little honey. Warm it up, drink it. That's your first step. One thing tonight. This week, pick up fresh ginger root and Ceylon cinnamon at the grocery store. Start your mornings with ginger tea and cinnamon in your breakfast. That's 2 additions to your routine that cost almost nothing. And here's the most important thing I'll say today. Share this video. Right now, before you do anything else, think of one person in your life who is suffering with neuropathy. A husband, a wife, a friend from church, a neighbor. Send them this video, because I promise you they haven't heard this information from their doctor, and the right information at the right time genuinely changes lives. If this helped you today, and I believe it did, hit that like button so more people over 60 can find this video and get this information. And subscribe, because we have so much more coming on neuropathy, on nerve health, on living your best life after 60, because you are not done, not even close. Go make that turmeric tea. I'll see you in the next one.